Being active means we work more, and with the world today expecting more from people, it is easy to overlook the importance of self-care. However, self-care is not just an industry, it is the needful for our lives. It is about valuing self and, thus realizing that one cannot give out what one does not possess. As we set forth toward this adventure, it's important that we take some time to consider the meaning and potential behind the idea of self-care. 1. Understanding self-care. A self-care has been defined more broadly in the context of this paper as the routine activities and practices that people undertake every day with the purpose of promoting their health and well-being. It is about cherishing who we are and listening when our body and mind demands time and energy for itself. Though it appears to be self-indulgence to spend a bath time to ourselves, should embrace the understanding that self-care is part of giving our best to everyone. 2. The emotional impact of self-care. In the scenario when self-care is not a priority, the outcome is not a very pleasant one. Stress, anxiety, and even feelings of feeling overwhelmed can slowly seep into our lives, making us feel exhausted and most of the time defeated. They have toxic effects on relationships, performance, productivity, and perception towards life. But when we act upon it, it simply means we are strengthening ourselves and thus our ability to handle everything that comes our way. Spend time with yourself so you can understand what you feel. It is a safe environment for emotional experiences, our reactions, thus promoting self-understanding. It allows us to have less emotional issues in decisions we make, the relationships we develop, and the way we handle life. 3. Physical benefits of self-care. In simple terms, our bodies are constructed mechanisms, and definite and meticulous treatment is called for. When we take time to care of ourselves, we concentrate on health. This can include taking a walk, going for some rigorous exercise, feeding the body with the right kind of foods, taking our rest as we ought to, and finally seeking medical checkup whenever we feel body is ailing. As a result of changing our habits, we maintain healthy lifestyles, fight against diseases, increase energy, and improve our quality of life. Also, pampering, including visiting a spa, taking some time to relax, or reading a book, also decrease stress and provides a halfway house kind of order. These ones are not luxuries. They are essential activities for a healthy human being to undertake once in a while. 4. Cultivating mental clarity and focus. These are the last things needing to be sometimes said to us in a world where distractions are ever so prominent. It's also tempting to disturb the clear organization of our thoughts by exposing ourselves to even the most innocuous distractions. Thus, to include self-care into our daily lives, we make breaks that require no action yet provide mindfulness. Writing a diary, reading books, or being aware of the present moment is also significant self-care interventions, which let us free our minds, develop our concentration, and boost creative ability. When we farm, engage in activities that make us happy, that bring joy and bring us peace, then we are stimulating the brains and even increasing productivity. Just taking 10 minutes to listen to your body and breathe deeply, or to look at the world and be reminded of its awe-inspiring nature, can fill you with passion again. 5. Building stronger connections. There is more to self-care than this. Self-care can deepen relationships with other people. Self-care makes it easier for us to focus in relationships around us, thus making our relationships close. It helps us to listen, to feel with the people who are dear to us, to give ourselves with greater love and warmth. Also, being conscious about how you look after yourself can help motivate those nearby to do the very same. What we do is set standards for everyone we come into contact with in our social circles, including friends, family, and workmates, to appreciate the level of self-care they afford themselves. 6. Overcoming barriers to self-care. However, self-care remains a challenge to many of us because of different obstacles. Unfortunately, guilt, time pressures, and concerns of what others will think can make it difficult to nurture ourselves. Nevertheless, here it must be noted that caring for the self in not a form of selfishness but a mandate for personal management. To overcome these barriers, we can begin at the grassroots level. Spend a few minutes a day doing something you enjoy or that will help you to unwind. No matter it is a nature walk, counting on blessings received in a day, or going back to a favorite pastime, all efforts are welcome. Even all these small alterations can maintain quite a remarkable shift in perception and practice of self-care. 7. Embracing self-compassion. Finally, self-care has to do with self-care and love. It encourages acceptance of one's flaws as well as being understood that you are deserving of love. It may not always be a smooth sailing, but it's okay to slow down now and then and focus on oneself. In this manner, we should know that building up resilience starts with us and how we treat ourselves. We begin to accept ourselves for the times we went wrong and welcome a new day with an open heart. This is what true self-care is all about, and this is the aspect that many ones fail to embrace. 8. Setting healthy boundaries. One needs to set clear boundary lines as far as personal welfare is concerned. This includes knowing when to decline invitations that drain you, having acceptable excuses not to attend events that tire you, and having acceptable time to pursue leisure. Boundaries also touch on the area of how to step away from negative people or people that sap your energy and focus on positive people. 9. Digital detox. As our generation is concerned, an enormous part of our lives is devoted to technology that appears as a stress source and a distraction. Digital detox means temporarily leaving certain gadgets, such as smartphones, computers, and social media inactive. Now is the chance to go out into the fresh air, to spend time with family, or do something that does not involve technology. It can be helpful in achieving better focus when worrying is the problem, or when getting more grounded is needed. 10. Prioritizing sleep hygiene. Enough quality sleep is, in fact, one of the essential elements for individuals' proper functioning. This means trying to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day in an effort to create a sleep schedule. Get into the habit of not browsing through screens at least an hour to bedtime. Start your bedtime routine and make sure the room you sleep in is quiet, pitch black, and comfortable. This simply and effectively getting the point across that a well-rested body and mind is a much better equipped to forage and handle all the everyday stress. 11. Exploring creative outlets. Of course, creativity can also turn into a form of self-actualization, the kind of self-care that is healing. In this way, you can paint, write, make something with your hands, or play music, and the main thing, to be calm. Creative aspects of life often satisfy your imagination, let you achieve certain results at one point in time, and give you a feeling of satisfaction and accomplishment. Escape the trails of your daily life, and even if you are not an artist, just try anything creative to be therapeutic and to be rewarding. 12th, mindful eating. Intuitive eating means eating intentionally and focusing on the quite thing about the food consumed. This means not only not following conventional meal patterns, but also chewing very well, taking time to eat and be aware of the body hunger and satiety signals. If one selects good, healthy, balanced meals, they stand to benefit both physically and psychologically. It is important to listen to the body and take time to enjoy the food to learn proper from unhealthy meal habits and gain a positive attitude toward food. 13. Spending time in nature. Staying out in the sun can be an excellent benefit to the mind and body of a human. Outdoor exercises like a walk through the forest or forest trail, walking shoeless on the green grass, tending to a garden, or even sitting in a park can decrease stress, improve mood, and offer the individual a sense of being at one with the environment. Staying in nature helps one take a break from polluted air, marvel at the creation, and give your mind and body a much-needed rest. 14. Practicing gratitude. Gratitude includes the deliberate effort made each day to focus on the positive aspect of life. Studies show that holding a gratitude journal, a diary in which you write down the things you are grateful for, will further enhance your overall mood. Counting on what you are lucky to have can be uplifting and change your attitude from complaining of what is missing to celebrating what has been bestowed on you. Gratitude helps develop positive attitude and can increase your coping strategy when you're down.